The duration of the length theory. The duration and the length theory are also known as pair knowledge. So for this theory, what we will be doing is that first of all, we need to know how many candles they can bend into the upside gonna stay up or down. Okay. So what we need to have is what we're gonna do is that think when Tenkan is going to the upside like this, right? Um, so Tenkan can go back down, then go up, then go down, then go up, right? This way. So what we're gonna do is that when Tenkan went to the downside and it went for let us say 7 days, right? Like the bending of Tenkan went to the downside for 7 days. Then when Tenkan bended to the upside and it bended up toward the upside for 30 days, then when it bended again to the downside, Tenkan bended for let us say 3 days. And then when Tenkan bended again for the up to the upside, the Tenkan bended to the upside for let us say 21 days. So you see this bending to the downside, bending to the upside, down, up. We're gonna come here on daily, for example, and write for the bending to the upside Tenkan, we're gonna write 21 days and 30 days. So we're gonna write here. Let me put it first with the normal text 16. We're gonna write here 21, then 30. That 21 and 30 will represent the number of bars or number for how many days that they can stay to the upside, right? Then for how many days they can stay to the downside, stay bended to the downside, we're gonna write also 7 days and 3 days. So, but we start with the lowest number, the smallest number, 7 days and 3 days. So that is what we're gonna have to write inside there. So this will give you an idea of for how long a trend will last for a certain period, right? So now we need to go on. It will be like this. So let us do it now on starting from monthly. We will not gonna do the 12 month because the 12 month and the 6 month and the trim off just because there's not enough candles, there's not enough Ishimoku lines, and also that those time frame are not that important for the entry. It is mostly when you want to enter, we are close to enter. I don't know some trader who are entering in 6 months, 12 months, or 3 months. Only big, not retail trader. I think it's just big institution like BlackRock or big hedge funds, right? For retail traders like us who are at the level of just having some millions in the bank account and as a capital, we don't like trade, we don't take the entry position in a time frame higher than monthly, right? 12 months and 6 months and 3 months are more for those big institutions who are actually making the market move. I feel like I don't have any proof about what I'm saying. I just feel like. So that's why I didn't create in this document a part where that goes to 3 months, 6 months. No, I just don't want to do that because it's not related to our profile as retail traders. So we have at this level so now we will use only Tenkan. Let me be clear. For this bending uptrend and downtrend, right? We use only Tenkan because Kijun, SSA, and SSB are not reliable for the exercise of calculating computing for how many days a trade stays to the upside. Tenkan only is Tenkan only fit with the number of days that we want to compute. So now what we're going to do is that we take Tenkan from the first time that it bended to the upside like this. So we're gonna use this Tenkan bending to the upside, but for this one specifically, we will not use it because Tenkan need to first of all bend to the downside so that we have the whole length. So we will not use this one. So let us use another one. So from this to this point. Okay. So if I zoom very well, you will see that Tenkan is bending to the downside. Let me say, okay, yeah, like this. Okay. So this one is the the number of days here is 30 days, right? But it's 1 bar. So we are in a monthly time frame. We will do it in a monthly time frame. So we will use bars and not days, and not days. The numbers that we are writing inside here, right? The numbers that we are writing inside here for only for these two lines, for the downtrend and uptrend line are bars, right? Those are number of candles. What I call in French is called bars, but I think in English we will call candles. So we name candles this part, not days but bars. So 1 bar is the meaning of 1 month, right? So that's the lowest period, like that the lowest period that they can stay bended to the downside, and this one is to the upside or downside. So we're gonna write one here in the bottom, at the bottom. Now after that we have this Tenkan bending to the upside here, like from this level to there. That is literally 4 bars. So what I do is that the part where Tenkan is flat, like perfectly horizontal, is also an uptrend, right? An up Tenkan until Tenkan goes to the downside. So this part, this between this point and this point, we have Tenkan starting to bend to the upside here, staying perfectly horizontal. All of this is also the upside. So I take it as a up uptrend Tenkan. So now I'll write here for, then for this whole downtrend here on the left, from this point to this bar, it is 9 bars. I'll write 9. So that 9 bar represents 9 months, right? So then we have another one that will start from this point, like this, and that is 12 bars, like for the uptrend. That is 12. So after that we have 2 bars for the downtrend. So I'm going to do is that I'll write 1, 2, 9, 0 for this to not disturb me. I'll write here 4, 12, 0, 0. Then okay, for the uptrend now, this uptrend started from this candle. So I have this 28 bars. So I'll write here 28. Then this other downtrend started from this point, and it is literally 12 bar. I'll write here 12. Then this small uptrend lasted only 1 bar, so I'll write here 1. And then this whole downtrend started from this point. It is 13 bars. That is the downtrend. 13 bars, and then this whole option from this point to this is 3 bars. And then this whole downtrend like this, from this point to down, it is 13 bars. We already have 13. I'll write again 13. There's no problem. I'll write 13 two times. And then this whole uptrend from this bar to this bar is 9 bars. So I'll write here 9. So I put it in. This downturn will be 10 bars. I'll write it here 10. This other one will be from this point to that option far above will be 47 bars. Then that is an option 47, and then this downtrend will be 28 bars. 28 bars. And then this small uptrend has been one bar, so I will not take it into account because I already have 2 times already. Like I have one again here, like this. So this down will be 26 bars. So I'll have 26. This downtrend, and then this uptrend from this point of Tenkan will be 10 bars. This small part is 1 bar, so I will not just take it too much into account. So I will just put the bar at this level and have 14 bars for the option. So I'll have here 14. And then this whole downtrend from here is 26 bars. So I have 26 again. 26. And then this one was 1 bar, and then this last one downtrend is 3 bars. I have 3 bars here. So what does that teach you about the chart? So we see that we have Tenkan bending for 3 months. Those bars represent 3 months, right? I know that 3 months is in the real I'm just taking middle of the bar. So during a downtrend, like during, for example, this downtrend, like this one is 13 bars, but it is 13 months normally, but normally if you count the number of months that it has lasted, is 14 months. So by default, I'll just take 13 as 13 months without as in the 1 month, because if you start counting the number of candles, it is 14 candles. So it's 14 months. So I'll just take bars that are on trading view and put it here. So don't try to do too much big mathematical stuff. So I like to stay upfront direct, just to have an idea. So what does that teach you about the Tenkan bending? That teach you that when Tenkan start to become a little bit longer for the uptrend Tenkan goes to up until 47 months. 47 months is almost 5 years already. So, but in average, the USD GPY, and we are doing this on USD GPY, by the way, as you not mentioned it, but it's on USD GPY. And I started with the root time frame. Then you know that you will do also the root time frame, the entry time frame, the timing time frame. The timing time frame, like those time frame, those bottom time frame. But I will only do for monthly. And what we need to remember is that Tenkan bending teach you that the uptrend bending of Tenkan toward the upside like this can last like averagely between 9 months and 14 months. So that those are the numbers. So you can actually have a trade of 1 year, like 14 months, and between 9 months and 14 months. Now you can actually hold a trade for 1 year if you are entering at the bottom of a first Tenkan bending, right? And go and sleep and become rich while sleeping. Then you can also be you can also be how do I call it? The best your best years will be between 28 months and 47 months. It means that if you will take a position, 28 months is almost 2 years, right? It's almost 2 years and a half, right? And 47 months is almost 3 years. So you can actually have a position that lasts 3 years, 4 years. If you are taking it early and you let the position run and let the position go, and you'll be rich while sleeping. The same thing applies to the downtrend, Tenkan to Tenkan going to the downside. Like if you take a position and you let it sleep, you can be on a losing streak. For if you take a buy position and you let it sleep, and you made a mistake about the direction, you can let it sleep for like even 1 year or 2 year and a half, right? So, but you have the average of Tenkan bends into the downside. That shows you the trend, how long the trend will last to the downside, right? So that's actually an idea of the vision. That's why I call it the vision. You see it in advance because you have data that you have computed. So your role is to put it on every time frame up until the time frame that you want. I recommend to up until 1 hour. So you have an average of behavior, like the average, and the best, so that at the same time you will not be also taking holding position for more than what the history of the trade of the candles of the pair gives you. You will not be holding your monthly Tenkan for more than 47 months, because based on history, 47 is actually the max. Unless you hold it for 47 months, you put a break even, and then you let the pair give you like 55 months, right? But without losing those 47 months on a big retracement. Don't be too greedy, right? It gives you an idea of for how long you can let a trade go. So every number that you will be writing inside these boxes, these cells, will be the bar, the candle, the number of candles based on Cajun view ruler. it will not be days, it will be number of candles, right? And when you put, like, for example, if you put here on weekly 5, it will be five candles that represent 5 weeks. That is more fair. So do it for also all of the other time frame. I will not do it on this video. If not, the video will be extremely long. I gave you actually the idea. So let us now go on the length of the impulsion. Let's go now on the length of the impulsion. What I want to do here is for the length of the impulsion, right? Let's do it on monthly. So each time Tenkan is touched, so what we will be doing is that, right? If Tenkan were going back to the downside, then go to the upside, what we will be doing is that when Tenkan is touched for the first setup, right? Like this, Tenkan is touched for the first time. This will be the first setup. And then the take profit is a little bit above there. Then Tenkan is touched for the second time. Then Tenkan is touched for the third time. Then Tenkan is touched for the fourth time. So you can actually take a ruler, this ruler, and then start computing the number of people, like 1,500 pips, 1,600 pips. And this will give you an idea for the time frame where you are. We will only do monthly, but you will be doing the other month, the other time frame. This will give you an idea of the take profit that you can have for this specific time frame, so that you should not be extremely greedy. That's what we call pair knowledge. You will not be targeting extra large, uh, non-considerate type of take profit that doesn't happen on that time frame. So it will help you a little bit be more rational when you know how many people that you can earn maximum or average or minimum. So let us do it first of all for Tenkan. So Tenkan started bending to the upside from this point, but Tenkan is not touched, so we will not be having anything to do with that. So we also have this Tenkan. This Tenkan is also a little Tenkan, but it did not make any big move. Even though you can just have something small like this, like 200. And also, okay, I wrote it here: first Tenkan touch, second Tenkan touch, setup 1, setup 2, setup 4, setup 5. So for this one, for this small downtrend, we have 290 pips. Those are in pips, all right? 290 pips, you place it like this. And then for this uptrend that start from this level, like in this uptrend, right? So we have from this bottom to this top, and this one is the first touch of Tenkan, like the first from. So what I'm doing is that when Tenkan bend to the downside, then Tenkan go to the upside. Like if Tenkan start going to the upside, candle are below here, I'll just take it this part below till candle go above here, the maximum between above and below Tenkan, right? Well, the example for this one, the maximum will be the maximum separation at the maximum high. It is 851 pips. So that's for the first Tenkan during that uptrend of Tenkan, 851. And then now let us look at this downtrend instead. Now we have, like, at this level we have this, since it's a downtrend, right? The setup will be from the first touch of Tenkan to the downtrend is here above till this point, right? Then the other one is here above till this one. Those are the first touch, second touch. So what we're gonna do is you just gonna do take first touch here. The first move to the downside is 811. The second touch is from this point to long down here. Second setup is 1,905, 1,904. Sorry. for the second setup, right? For this downtrend. Now let us look at this option instead. This option like this. So for this whole option, what we have is from this Tenkan touch till up here, we have 2095, right? 2095 as first touch, 2095 pips. Now for this small downtrend like this, I'll just take this this down movement, like from Tenkan being above, from the price being above Tenkan till the price touch Tenkan is 737 for the first touch, 737. So that's how many pips you can make for this one. Now for this option like this whole option like this, we have how many Tenkan touches in between. We have this one. This one is the first touch, the second touch, and then the third touch here. So what we're gonna do is that we take from this point to this high, 1060, 1060, 1060 is the first for the first setup. Then the second setup is 3686. 3686. Then the third touch, but I will not do the third touch. So then let us move to the next one. Let's do from this point. From this point, right? From when Tenkan bended to the downside to here. So we have here the first touch of Tenkan to the downside. The maximum to the downside was this one. Then we have the second touch, the maximum was this one. The third touch, the maximum was this one. No, it was this one. The fourth touch, the maximum was this one. So we have like this as first 1066, 1066. Then we have this one instead, 323 pips. Then we have this other one, 586, 538. Then we have this other one, 408. 408. So I will stop here for Tenkan. If not, it will be too much long. So you get the idea. So only Tenkan gives you the idea that the first set of Tenkan, when it is touched, you don't have less than 200 pips, 290 pips. In monthly, when Tenkan monthly is touched, right? 290 pips. It will give you, Tenkan monthly will give you a lot of a move, like minimum move. So that's why when a setup monthly on USD GPY appears, you can actually plan to earn like a big chunk, a big chunk. So now for Kijun, let us take for Kijun, like from the first time Kijun got bend to the upside is here up until the upside. So the first Kijun touch is at this point, at this level, and Kijun touched here till the maximum was high above there. It is 3,426 pips. 3,426 pips. Um, then Kijun got touched again the second time here, and the maximum was here above. Because you know that there's the line theory, how Kijun work. Kijun is touched many times before it moved to the upside. Then the third touch of Kijun was this point, the maximum here above. The fourth touch of Kijun was this point, the maximum here. The fifth touch was this point, the maximum here, right? So for the second touch from here to this point is 536. So we write 536 for this Kijun. Then the next one is from this point to high above here is 1,900. The third touch 1,905, and then the fourth touch is 849, and then the fifth touch is this one, 792. So you have this as for this Kijun from this uptrend. Now you also have a Kijun to the down for this downtrend, right? So when Kijun were going down from this level, so Kijun got touch here for the first time, the first touch, right, to up until this bottom. Then the second touch from here to this bottom, the third touch from here to this bottom, the fifth touch from here to this bottom, and then the touch number 6 to this bottom, 7 to this to up until down here, right? So we're gonna compute it like first one is 762. 762. Second one is 196. 196. This one is 244. So 244. And then this touch is instead 1,050, 1,054, 1,054. And then this other one is 326. 228 for the fifth touch. The sixth touch I will put also on, for this touch I will put like 721. I'll put it at the same level, 721 this way. So you see for Kijun, you don't have less than 700 pips or 244 pips when Kijun is touched. But for the first one, you don't, okay, the smallest amount of pips that Kijun can give you is 196 pips. But like at its best, Kijun give you 1,900 pips. It's true that Tenkan is more powerful than Kijun in some case. And it's true, it's just true because Tenkan is just more powerful than Kijun because Kijun is, when the price touch Kijun is almost when sometimes you see the trend has already passed for has highs for many days, and Kijun is touched just after the pretty near to the end. But Tenkan can give you the earliest one, right? Sometimes. So it's okay, it's okay. So I do not do the whole candles, but you can do it for yourself too. The whole candle by yourself. Because if I do it on this video, we will have a video of 10 hours. I don't want to have 10. This one is maximum. So now let's do for SSA. So for SSA, what you're gonna see is that what I'm gonna do is that for SSA, I'll just take SSA will be a line like this, right? This will be SSA. I'll just be taking price above, price below, the maximum separation. Because the problem is that with SSA like this, right? You see SSA. You cannot be saying that you take SSA based on its inclination as we did for Tenkan and Kijun. It doesn't work. Like SSA is inclined to the downside, but the price is going to the upside. What I would do is just taking the last touch of SSA to start computing. Like you see, SSA got touches here at this level the last time. So I take from this point to this high above here is 3,500, 3,500 and 3,595 pips. That is the number of pips that SSC gives you from its last touch. Then we go on this at this level, right? We're gonna see that this candle start here and end up a little bit above here for the first touch. I mean, when I say the first touch, it's the first touch on this bending to the upside thing, SSA. Okay, that's the first touch that I'm talking about. I'm referring to. So from the first touch from this uptrend SSA is 596 pips. Then you also have this separation from this point to this high is 555. That is for the second touch. And then after that, what we're gonna do is that this whole down price that went to the downside like this is the third touch is 966. After that, from this point to this point, 300 and on this downtrend SSA, right? This one is 323. 323 for the first touch. Then we have here like this 454, 457. Then for this other touch like this, from this point to this high, on this uptrend SSA, we have 696. 696 because it is I put it on the first 690 and 98, okay. And then from this second touch to the downside like this, it is 749. And then from this touch to this touch like this to the bottom here, 1082. 1082 for the first touch, 1082. And then from this point, right, from this SSA, okay, from this SSA to this bottom here, 395, 315, sorry. Now for this second touch, is it? I'll just take this scale like 260, 260. And then for this last touch where it started here, up to the high above 5,294, 5,234, sorry, 34. So that is what we have for SSA. So you have the number of pips that SSA can give you at minimum 260 pips, but at its best, from the last time you touch SSA, it can give you at its best 5,000 pips, from what I see for the moment, because it looks like it's about to break to the upside here. We do the same thing SSB like SSA2, because you cannot be relying on the inclination of SSB alone. So what we're gonna do is that this is the first touch of SSB, the maximum that it has as a high, as number of pips is now 148. Then the second one is this 536. The last one is this 937, 997, sorry. Then from the last time SSB got touched up until the high here is 2,810. So we're gonna do the same thing just around here. So SSB got touched here. Maximum that it moved to the upside is 200 pips. For the first touch, 210 pips. Then SSB got touched also around this level up. Maximum to the downside maximum is 790, isn't it? Okay, then SSB got touched again here, and then move to the downside for 943 pips. 943 pips. And then the last time SSB got touched was at this point, and the price moved up for 4,909 pips. So that's what we got. That's what we got. And since that's what we got, so that's then the idea of how many pips that you can expect from SSB in terms of how many pips that you can earn. So when you are on Tenkan monthly, you should not expect more than 3,000 pips. Or you should expect at least minimum of 290 pips. Yes, I did not do the whole candles on Tenkan. You will be doing it. If I do the whole candles on this one video, you understand already the idea for Tenkan and Kijun. And then SSA and SSB has the way you compute for Tenkan and Kijun, and the way you compute for SSA and SSB are different, because the bending of Tenkan and Kijun can help you compute the number of pips during an uptrend, but bending of SSA and SSB are not reliable to compute it. Like you just take the last touch and take the width, the size that the number of pips made, the number of pips that the price has made from the last touch of SSA and SSB. So, but you have the idea when you will be doing it on all time frame, you will have actually your pair knowledge, and that will be a great idea for you in terms of take profit. It will mean that when you start placing a position, and then you have a take profit that is higher than what the line from the historical computation gave you a take profit that is higher than what the line can give you, you'll be able to be a little bit logical and rational and change, right? And change your mindset. For example, this one is a Kijun setup on monthly. The number of people for the take profit is 3,387. So when I come here, I'll come here for number of people on Kijun. I see 3,008 and 400, right? But my take profit is at 3,300. It means that I'm inside the ratio. I'm inside the data that I've computed from this um, from this pair. So that's a little bit how you have the vision and how you know your pair and the number of people that you can earn. You earn. So that's all for the 14 theories, and that will help you be a very a big elite trader. So now let's just go and do the live analysis on YouTube or on Telegram or in a private group. It will depend on what I want to do. Maybe I will not open a private group, or I'll just let it free for all for a lifetime. But what I'm about to what I'm about to say is that with these 14 theories, you are able now to be an hyper elite trader and do exactly what you need to do inside a chart without any surprise and trade very well. So let's trade together and win.